Okay, the MCN team is ready, then we can start.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sananda.
Yeah,
Ma'am, what's the sequence? Will I start or will you start, ma'am?
Beta, we can't hear you. Your voice is not very feeble.
Hello? Is it audible, ma'am? Ma'am, will you start or will I start?
No, we'll just wait and see if the speaker, we told them to join at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Starting of the show with prayer. That who will do that, ma'am? Hello?
Our session will begin live in 3 minutes on its own.
मैडम जो हम कल YouTube में देख रहे थे वही यहाँ पे लाइव होगा अभी यहाँ अभी तो 10 बजे फिर YouTube में भी आया था एक लिंक की ग्रो योर विंग्स का लाइव आएगा बोल के Am I audible, madam?
Yes, Ananda, we'll start.
शक्ति का रूप है वो, है ममता की परिभाषा। दर्द उसे तोड़ न सके, उसे प्यार निभाना आता। Welcome you all. Welcome to the second show of Grow Your Wings. Today, welcome you all to this. I request you all to stand up for the prayer.
दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना हमारे ध्यान में आओ प्रभु आंखों में बस जाओ अंधेरे दिल में आकर के परम ज्योति जगा देना बहा दो प्रेम की गंगा दिलों में प्रेम का सागर हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना हमारा कर्म हो सेवा हमारा धर्म हो सेवा सदा ईमान हो सेवा तो सेवक चर बना देना वतन के वास्ते जीना वतन के वास्ते मरना वतन पर जान फिदा करना प्रभु हमको सिखा देना दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें
Thank all of you. Please be seated. Now, I'll request Team 3 Reflection. Team name is Lady Baden Powell, whose counselor is Suyash Lodha ma'am for reflection.
रिफ्लेक्शन के लिए सुकन्या प्रस्तुत करेंगी सुकन्या
Yes, ma'am, I cannot share screen.
हेलो
Hello. Hello.
Sukanya?
Yes, ma'am. I cannot screen share. Yes, ma'am.
ओके बोल के कीजिए, बोल के
See, ma'am.
कीजिए.
Yes, ma'am.
No, we will give her
Yes, ma'am. I have got the permission.
Sukanya first on your video, and we will give you sharing rights. Yes, try.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Teenage girls with wild ambitions and trembling hearts. When Anne Frank was 13 years old, she disappeared behind a bookcase with her family and everything hunted, writing an ocean into a diary when they found her. She was treated as nothing more than a spark above a burning bush. Despite this, she still said, "I really believe people are good at heart." And when Joan of Arc was 14, she heard a voice calling her to greatness. When the doubters called her crazy, she did not listen. Grabbed her sword, grabbed her shield in her two good hands. She was the maid of untamed patriotism, born to reunite a country like a broken heart. Malala was 15 when a man climbed onto her school bus and insisted her sisters name her enemy when she did not hide. She was shot 3 times in the temple 3 years later. In an ocean of survival and no apology, she stood before the United Nations and told them how her country was burning. When Mary Shelley was 16, she invented science fiction. The story of a man named Frankenstein and his creator. She soon learned little girls with big ideas are much scarier than monsters. It's okay. She was remembered long after they put down their torches. Jackie Mitchell was 17 when she struck out Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, one right after the other. Grown men were so afraid of the lightning in her fingertips. 2 days later, all women were fired from the major leagues because girls are too delicate to play baseball. Sacagawea was 18 with a baby on her back, leading Lewis and Clark across North America. Cleopatra, 18 when she became Queen of the Nile. Nellie Bly, 18, bringing justice to journalism. And you are now 18, standing on the precipice, trembling before your own greatness. This is your call to leap. There will always be those who say you are too young or too delicate to make anything happen for yourself, but they don't see the part of you that smolders. Don't let their doubting drown out the sound of your own heartbeat. You are the first drop of rain in a hurricane. Your bravery builds beyond you. You are needed by all the little girls still living in secret, writing oceans of monsters and throwing like lightning. You don't need to grow up to find greatness. You are so much stronger than the world has ever even told you you could be. The world is waiting for you to set it on fire. Trust in yourself and burn.
Now I welcome Miss Darshana Pavashkar ma'am to say the welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sure yesterday you guys did not sleep because I gave you so much of homework. But it's nice to see you all again fresh and before time than what I was expecting. And there are still 11 of them who are in attendees. They need to bring in into panelists, and we have got a full house this morning. We have got 2 speakers in the morning section. The first one is Maya, who is from Nepal, and Champaka, who is from Malaysia. So these two vibrant speakers are going to drive us into the various initiatives taken by WAGS in the morning. Over to Sunanda or
Sananda.
yeah.
A woman with a voice is by definition of a strong woman, but the search to find that voice can be remarkably difficult. Here we have one of the voice, Miss Maya of Asia Pacific Committee. She she kept his voice loud and clear in sets of screen and pages. As she is a journalist by profession, she publishes a monthly educational magazine, produces radio programs, and hosts and work with BBC as a freelance journalist. She believes communication is a key of outstanding and building relationship among region and its member organization. Now, I heartily welcome to Miss Maya to increase the enthusiasm of the lovely girls watching you and keep your voice and encourage us.
Hello, everyone.
Done? Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you. A very good morning to every one of you. And I'm really very happy to be a part of this event, especially for the most energetic and very, very potential group of people in the movement, the Rovers and Rangers.
Screen.
So, as she has already given my introduction, so I don't need to introduce you more about myself. And I'm here today to share some of the ideas about what is WAGS. Every one of us know what is WAGS because we are the member of this organization and this movement. So WAGS itself is for every one of us. It's an organization we belong to, and it's our organization. So WAGS is actually about ourselves. It's about our leaders, it's about our sisters, it's about our friends, it's about all the people like us in the world. So WAGS is actually a house of more than 10 million girls around the world. Sananda, am I doing okay with my voice and everything? Because I'm getting
Yes,
some noises in between. Is it
yes,
from my
ma'am, you're
side or
audible.
somewhere else?
No, no, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, thank you.
Clear and audible.
Thank
Yes.
you, Sananda. Okay. So to talk about WAGs, I have I have few clips or the PowerPoint presentations here. But before I begin my presentation, is it like I keep on going with my presentation and then I will get the questions if you have, or you can keep asking me in between? What is the format? Just to make myself comfortable.
Maya, it can be as comfortable you are. You can see the pace
Okay.
of girls, and if you think that you need to pause and ask for clarification, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Darshana, for this freedom. Yeah, I can be more comfortable. I can keep talking with people as well. Thank you so much. I can see many people here. Sakshi is here. Then Ruby is here. Here are many wonderful people on the screen whom I can see. Archana is here. Padma is here. So anybody can just tell me, because to begin my presentation or to come up as a speaker in this program is indeed a great honor for me. And especially it is because India, I mean, Bharat Scouts and Guides, India has been one of the great member organization of WAGs, not in Asia Pacific region only, but also in the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouting. It is in terms of the membership itself, it has the highest membership in Asia Pacific region. And this is possible because of every one of you. You are a member of BSG WAGs. That's why you are a member of, you are actually contributing BSG to become the biggest member organization in terms of membership, and also different types of initiatives you have been doing even in this pandemic period. So we can see Shankalp, we can see Udan, we can see many other such virtual programs you have been doing it, and we have all been looking it so closely, and we are really very happy that one of the biggest organization of Asia Pacific region is trying to prove, and it's proving that it's indeed a big organization. And congratulations to every one of you for all the successes you have achieved during this pandemic. So to begin with, I should say that may I ask Shushma? I can see Shushma here. Shushma, can you unmute yourself? Is Shushma there?
Maya, there are many Sushmas
Many
today.
Sushmas. Oh, yeah. How is that happening?
Because we asked the girls yesterday to rename themselves with the T.
Okay.
And the girls did not do that.
Okay.
So what we did this morning is we gave everyone Sushma Shahu. So they have to come back and do an exercise and rename themselves if they really want their identity to be spoken about. So if we have many Sushmas, there is no Sushma today in the whole
really?
nation. So they really have to, उनको खुद का नाम change करना है और फिर ही उनको आना है. So रीनेम का उनका एक्सरसाइज सुबह का था, बहुत सारे लोगों ने किया है, लेकिन जिन्होंने नहीं किया those are still सुषमा. तो आप दूसरे को कंटिन्यू करिए. या
थोड़ा बहुत हिंदी मैं भी बोलती हूँ, लेकिन ज्यादा नहीं हिंदी बात. Thank you, Darshana. So Shreyas is there. Can I get to hear from Shreyas?
Suyash.
Yes, Shreyas. So how are you doing this morning?
Hello.
Hello, Shreyas.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm feeling very fine and very happy to join this seminar. Hello.
सुयश मैम आपका वीडियो ऑन करें तो हम आपको स्पॉटलाइट में डाल सकते हैं.
ओहो, अच्छा अच्छा, सॉरी, वो वीडियो बाद में बंद हो जाता है ना मेमोरी कम होने से. यस, थैंक यू, बताएं.
Thank you, Shreyas ma'am. It is such a wonderful morning to have you on board and talk to you as well. So everybody knows about WAGs. So what is there that you really want to know about WAGs this morning? Yeah. Maybe your question may make others think that
आप हिंदी बोलेंगे तो मुझे
to,
सुविधा रहेगी.
ये तो मैंने कभी सोचा ही. अच्छा, नहीं, आप पूछ सकते हैं कि वैक्स के बारे में तो आपको पता ही है, बहुत सारे चीजें आपको मालूम है वैक्स के बारे में, लेकिन फिर भी ऐसा कोई चीज है कि आप वैक्स के बारे में जानना चाहते हैं? क्या मैं जान सकती हूँ कि वो क्या है?
वैक्स के बारे में एक बेसिक नॉलेज रखते हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी हैं जिसको हम भी जानना चाहते हैं. जैसे वैक्स में अभी वर्तमान में जो कंट्रीज नए जुड़े, उनके बारे में कोई अमेंडमेंट हमारे पास नहीं पहुंच पाया, तो उसकी भी हम जानकारी चाहते हैं। उसके अलावा उनका जो एक्टिविटीज हो रही हैं दूसरे देशों में, तो उस एक्टिविटी को भी हमें कहीं देखने को मिले तो एक नया अनुभव हम लोगों के लिए होगा। और बाकी जो योजनाएं प्रोवाइड की जा रही है उस पे हम काम करने के लिए पूरा तत्पर हैं।
थैंक यू सियास मैम, थैंक यू सो मच। मैं कोशिश करूंगी कि ये आज के प्रोग्राम में जितना भी वक्त मिलेगा मुझे उसके अंदर रहकर मैं आपकी जो इच्छाएं हैं मैं पूरा कर सकूं। थैंक यू सो मच। Then after, I would like to listen to some other. May I ask Aditi? Aditi, I can see. Yes. How are you, Aditi?
I'm fine, ma'am.
I'm very sure that you are enjoying this conference, virtual conference.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what actually you are thinking to know about WAGS this morning?
Ma'am, एक मिनट।
मैं पूछना चाह रही हूँ कि आप आज की सुबह में आपको वो शेड्यूल तो मिला ही था, तो माया आ रही है बोलने के लिए वैक्स के बारे में। तो वैक्स के बारे में आप क्या जानना चाहती है? क्या है आपके मन में वैक्स को लेकर?
मैम, मैं ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि और कितने सारे स्टेट्स में किस टाइप से हो रहा है सब कुछ। स्टेट नहीं, कंट्रीज में। यस मैम। जो और भी जो वर्ड्स हो रहे हैं वो किस टाइप से हो रहे हैं।
अच्छा, आपको पता है कि वैक्स का अपना ही वेबसाइट है? आपने कभी विजिट किया है वैक्स का वेबसाइट?
यस मैम।
वैक्स की वेबसाइट आपने विजिट किया है? अच्छा, thank you so much, Aditi.
Thank you.
I'll get back to you with your queries as well. Thank you. So let me begin my short presentation then. WAGS, of course, is the largest voluntary movement, and it is dedicated to girls and women in the world. And the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts, it is the largest voluntary movement. ये दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कहलाई जाती है, स्पेशली गर्ल्स एंड वुमेन के लिए। और our diverse movement, actually it represents 10 million girls and young women from 150 countries of the world. ये दुनिया के 150 देशों में फैला हुआ है। So more than 100 years of girl guiding and girl scouting has actually transformed the lives of many young girls and women. And it has also supported them in several ways, and it has empowered them to achieve their potential. अब क्या है ये जानने के लिए वैक्स ने बहुत मेहनत की है, और आपका अंदर जो प्रतिभा है उसको पहचानने के लिए भी वैक्स ने बहुत सारे ऐसे तरकीब हुए जो होते हैं वो लगाया है। और वो आपके अंदर की टैलेंट को जानकर, हुनर को पहचान कर, उसको बाहर लाकर एक लड़की को या एक लीडर को समाज में या कंट्री में स्थापना करने के लिए, उसका एक अलग पहचान बनाने के लिए वैक्स ने बहुत सारी हेल्प की है। और ज़्यादातर हमारे देशों में लड़कियों को इतना ज़्यादा पावरफुल नहीं समझा जाता है। We are not thought to be so powerful. We are not thought to be responsible for the world. But WAGS has always been empowering young women and young girls and women in the world to discover themselves, their power, their energy, and their responsibility towards the world. And the strength is in innovative non-formal education programs, leadership development, advocacy work, and community action. empowering girls and young women to develop the skills and confidence needed to make a positive change in their lives, in the communities and countries. So वैक्स का रीजन आप सभी को पता है, अफ्रीका में है, अरब में है, एशिया पैसिफिक जहां हम रहते हैं, फिर यूरोप में है और वेस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर में। सो 5 अलग अलग रीजन में बटा हुआ है ये 150 कंट्रीज भी।
Maya,
And yes,
let us know when you want us to share the screen PPT.
yeah, okay, I will do that.
No, we can do a bit. Yeah.
Am I going very fast? Please let me know.
Now the PPT is on, so they will follow you on this.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Okay, we can go to the next slide. Thank you. Yeah, here I am. Okay, so this is the world's largest organization, as I have already described, and there are 10 million members. It's spread in 150 different countries. It has 1.5 million volunteers. Yeah. The basic vision of WAGS is, of course, all girls are valued and take action to change the world. जो कोई भी लड़की हमारे घर में हो या फिर हमारे समाज में हो, उसका वैल्यू बहुत है। जितना वैल्यू एक लड़का का होता है, उतना ही वैल्यू एक लड़की की भी होती है, और वो भी परिवर्तन कर सकती है। This is our vision. And our mission is to enable girls and young women to develop their fullest potential as responsible citizens of the world. Yes, ये हमारा मिशन है कि हम हर लड़की को अपना हुनर पहचानने में मदद करते हैं और उसका अंदर जो छुपा हुआ पोटेंशियल है उसको डेवलप करने के लिए वैग्स ने बहुत सारे तरकीबें बनाई है। तो वो उस पोटेंशियल को फुल्ली डेवलप करने के लिए मदद कर सकता है, और फिर it can help us to develop as a responsible citizen of the world. This is our mission. This is the mission of the WAGs. Next slide, please. Okay, so as I already described you, 5 different regions है: Europe, Western Hemisphere, Arab, Africa and Asia Pacific region. तो आप स्क्रीन में जो देख रहे हैं उसको आप देख सकते हैं कि यूरोप में 41 देश है, अरब में 15, एशिया पैसिफिक रीजन में 26 देश है, अफ्रीका में 33 और वेस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर में 35। देश के हिसाब से 26 एशिया पैसिफिक रीजन का है, लेकिन मेंबरशिप के हिसाब से इन 5 ही रीजनों में से सबसे ज्यादा है। So we have the highest number of membership. We give our members, हम क्या करते हैं हमारे members के लिए? WAGS क्या करता है? We give our members tools. उनको जो चाहिए अपने अंदर की हुनर पहचानने के लिए, या फिर अपना पोटेंशियल डेवलप करने के लिए, या फिर कनेक्टिविटी, एक देश का दूसरे देश के अथवा एक स्टेट का दूसरे स्टेट के गर्ल्स या लीडर्स के साथ कनेक्शन बनाने के लिए उसको क्या चाहिए। और उसके बाद ग्लोबल वॉइस, एक की आवाज तो ऐसे ही हवा में गुम जाती, लेकिन उसी आवाज को सब एक ही बार दोहराए तो वो ग्लोबल आवाज बन जाती है, ग्लोबल वॉइस बन जाती है। तो एक्चुअली ये वैक्स जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, ये हमारे लिए जो चीज चाहिए, हमें जो चीज चाहिए, it provides us tools, it provides us connections, it makes us global citizens, it makes us feel that we are global citizens, and it gives the global voice that we need to keep this organization. It's always thriving, it's united, and it's growing. So this is actually the value proposition. अब ये देखिए, keeper of the flame. We will be the global voice of the movement campaigning the importance of girl guiding and scouting and the impact of our work on the lives of young people. हम ये कर रहे हैं, we are doing it, we are actually keeper of the flame. जो flame हमारे अंदर अभी है, जो था, वो जारी रहेगा to make impact of our work on the lives of the young people like you, young people like me. And the second one is development and growth. We will provide the tools and support your organization, means member organization, to deliver high quality girl guiding and girl scouting experience and grow the membership. Yes, WAGS actually provides us lots of support in delivering quality girl guiding and girl scouting, and also in increasing the membership. So in different times, Asia Pacific region and the world, the WAGS itself comes up with different kinds of programs, different kinds of seminars, different kinds of workshops, and they all actually help us to keep developing and keep growing. And the next one is we act as a bridge. Yes, we will strengthen the connections among member organizations and other partners, acting as a hub to facilitate communication and exchange of ideas and best practices. You might have heard about Dove, simple example. So WAGS has a partnership with Dove in a project called Free Being Me. So we actually do partnerships with other organizations besides the Scout organization as well. Yes. Then this is our global volunteer structure. Yeah, it's a global volunteer structure. That means जो WAGS का सबसे ऊपर क्या होता है उसकी, like आप अभी एक रेंजर है तो it is not necessary that a ranger has to remain a ranger all the life, or a ranger can only limit up to the national headquarters staff or national headquarters personnel. So you can think of going beyond that imagination, beyond that limit. Actually, it is a global platform. You can go anywhere you want. So first is World Board. World Board is the major governing board, and under these World Board, there are regional committees, and working groups. So in the regional committees, already we described there are 5 regions, and in the committees, so there are audit and risk, finance, volunteer resources. So स्काउटिंग का जितना भी ये गर्ल गाइडिंग का जितना भी ये प्रोग्राम्स हम देखते हैं या फिर हम करते हैं, ये कहीं ना कहीं से डायरेक्टेड है, कहीं ना कहीं से ये इन्फ्लुएंस्ड है, और कहीं ना कहीं से ये ऐसा होना चाहिए या ये ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ लिखा होता है, ऐसा कुछ कहा होता है। तो इसको सबसे शुरू कहाँ से होता है और हम कुछ करें तो उसका रिकॉग्नाइज कौन करता है, उसको एक्नॉलेज कौन करता है और रिवार्ड कौन देता है, ये भी जानना जरूरी होता है। तो खास करके हम एक मेंबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के मेंबर है, तो मेंबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के मेंबर होकर भी हमें ये जानना जरूरी है कि वर्ल्ड बोर्ड में कौन कौन रहता है, और वर्ल्ड बोर्ड के अंदर में रीजनल कमिटीज होते हैं, वो रीजनल कमिटीज क्या करते हैं, और उसके हिसाब से और भी कमिटीज होते हैं, काम करने के लिए और भी ग्रुप्स होते हैं। तो हम ना इनमें से कोई भी जगह में कभी भी जा सकते हैं, लेकिन हमारे अंदर की जो हुनर है उसको पहचान के, उसको थोड़ा डेवलप करके, उसको थोड़ा शेप अप करके हम वहां पर भी जा सकते हैं। तो व्हाट आई थिंक इज we have to think of, we have to dream, definitely we have to dream big. We are now in a state, can be a big one or a small one, but we can think of one day I will be in the regional committee. Or one day I will be in the audit and risk committee or finance, or I can be in the volunteer resource. Or I can sometime be in the working group like delivering the values, strategies, growth and retention, anything. I can think of, I can dream of being in the world board someday. Can you think of it? Sananda, can you ever imagine that I can be in the world board?
Yes, ma'am. Always I dream of something big, and listening to you all so inspiring people. I feel like I can be part of you, or I can be like you all.
Thank you, Sananda. Actually, every girl in our organization, they have to dream big. They have to dream to be at some position, because this dream will drive them. This dream will thrive them, and this dream will keep them growing all the time. Thank you, Sananda, for sharing. So the earlier one was the voluntary structure, but this is our staff structure. काम करने के लिए स्ट्रैटेजिक पॉलिसीज बनाने के लिए वो वर्ल्ड बोर्ड देन कमिटीज काम करते हैं। तो फिर काम करने के लिए जो स्ट्रैटेजीज बनते हैं उनको मेंबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तक पहुंचाना है, वहां पर काम करना है। तो स्टाफ की स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा है। चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव होता है, बाद में डेप्यूटी चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव, वर्ल्ड कॉन्फ्रेंस कंसल्टेंट, रीजनल सपोर्ट, स्पेशल प्रोजेक्ट्स पार्टनर, फाइनेंस एंड कॉर्पोरेट सर्विसेज, गवर्नेंस, ये सब होते हैं। तो इन सब में भी हम सोच सकते हैं, हम इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी दैट वी ऑलवेज नीड टू बी द वॉलंटियर इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. It is not necessary that we always need to be volunteer in the organization. We can be the staffs as well. We can think of हम हमेशा वॉलंटरी ही करते रहेंगे क्या हम काम नहीं कर सकते, हम यहाँ से लिविंग अर्न नहीं कर सकते, ऐसा भी कोई सोचते होंगे। तो यस, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं। We can be the staff and serve in different areas. Let's switch on to next. Okay, so this is about the WAGs and COVID-19. A short thing I want to share with you all about the WAG's position on COVID-19, because COVID-19 has yet not said bye-bye to any one of us. It's still existing, and we have actually accepted COVID-19 in our life in one way or other. We are in a kind of new normal. Many people are thinking that it's still very, very pandemic, but in many cases, people have started taking it as a new normal. So like other organizations and like other people, WAGs also is suffering from COVID-19, like you and me. COVID-19, WAGs also is suffering. And the impact of COVID-19 has meant that we have already had to make lots of changes in the way we deliver today, because these kind of conferences of rovers and rangers, if this could happen in a physical presence, then we would all be so much excited to see each other. We would all be doing so much of work in the face-to-face activities, in the face-to-face conferences. But actually, WAGs was also doing many face-to-face programs, but COVID has taught us that now we need to get to the digital world. We need to make the best use of the digital platforms. And I'm very happy that BSG India has been doing great things virtually, like bringing each and every members from each and every label to the renowned person and tycoons of different walks of life in the virtual platform of scouting and guiding. Actually, the we set ourselves up to continue to offer value and support to our member organizations. That is going to be a very different world. And the board and leadership team have worked together to examine a number of scenario models and produce plans. Actually, बहुत सारे चेंजेस हो रहे हैं और अभी member organizations का priorities भी they are actually changing a lot, because what the like इंडिया का इससे पहले इंडिया का प्लान कुछ और ही होगा, लेकिन कोविड के बाद इंडिया का आई मीन लाइक बीएसजी इंडिया का ये जो प्लान या फिर प्रोग्राम्स है, इसमें बहुत कुछ बदलाव हो चुका है, और ये जो डिलीवरी का सिस्टम है ये भी बहुत बदल गई है। और जिस तरह से हम लोग अपने मेंबर्स के साथ पेश आते थे वो तरीके भी बहुत चेंज हो गए हैं, और जिस तरह से हम एक्टिविटीज करते थे पहले कोविड के बाद इसमें भी बहुत बहुत चेंजेस आ चुकी है। और it's what we have been realizing, it's what we have been facing in our day-to-day life. So is happening in every strata of WAGS itself. Yeah, actually, we are reviewing the programs we have extended, but this actually, our world centers all our world centers are not closed now. Some of them are open and some are still closed. Yeah, can we go to the next? Yeah, कोविड में बहुत सारे जेंडर बेस्ड वायलेंस हुआ है, ऐसा कहा गया है। ये जहाँ मैं रहती हूँ नेपाल में, वहाँ भी ये केसेस रिपोर्टेड है, और मलेशिया, फिलीपींस और बहुत सारे देशों में जेंडर बेस्ड वायलेंस हुई है, ऐसा कहा गया है। और यूनाइटेड नेशंस, यूनिसेफ, सेव द चिल्ड्रन, ये बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस ने जितने भी स्टडीज किए वहाँ पर भी घर बैठ के भी बहुत सारी लड़कियां वायलेंस के शिकार हुए हैं, ऐसा कहा गया है। सो the safety of girls and young women actually is a priority for our organizations. So gender-based violence, safety of girls online, safety at home, access to education, these have all been our serious concern during this pandemic. During this pandemic also, WAGS has not stepped back in any way. We have always been trying to connect with member organizations to know how they are coping the situation, to know what supports they need, to know what are the basic ways they are delivering girl guiding and girl scouting in their organization, and what support could the region provide them, what support could WAGS provide them to keep growing, keep thriving, and definitely keep very interesting to the young people. So there are many ways we try to support member organizations. Yeah, during this pandemic, most of us stayed at home. आप लोगों में से बहुत सारे लोग भी घर में रहे होंगे, घर में रहकर ही आप लोगों ने ऑफिस के काम भी किए होंगे। तो वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम के लिए भी हमने बहुत सारे टिप्स दिए हैं, और उसके बाद वैक्स का अपना ही कोविड-19 स्टेटमेंट है, वो भी आप देख सकते हैं। और what I want to share with you is yeah, ग्लोबल वैक्स का ग्लोबल प्रोग्राम्स के बारे में आप में से कितने लोगों को पता है? I just want to know that.
Not all, but something we have known.
Like, what do you know?
Yeah, I want to know about all the projects what's during this pandemic situation we can cover with the ranges.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like Puspanjali ma'am, could you tell me, like वैक्स का ग्लोबल प्रोग्राम्स जितने भी चल रहा है उसमें से कौन सी आपको पता है?
Just like our one thing is, I just forgot. The last month it was implemented. Sankalp, no, it is ours, the BSG.
Mm-hmm.
Sankalp Udan is of our BSG. Was exactly I not clear idea because we are doing plastic turnover, all these things of our BSGs. So let me know. Can you say the work projects?
Can anybody share?
Yeah, ma'am. Can I please?
Yes,
please.
Yeah. So WAGS is working on advocacy projects like Free Being Me, ABC,
Oh
Stop
yeah,
the
yeah. All
Violence.
these I know. These are they are the continuing procedures.
No, they are working on virtual also on
Yes,
these
all these
projects.
programs are
WAGS
continuing
is
in
working
our
on
here.
virtual also.
All the free being means
2-3 webinars I
stop the
attended for the Stop
violence.
the Violence also in this
Yes,
pandemic.
all these things. I want to know in COVID-19 what the projects are. All these are the going on.
No, ma'am.
Stop the
These are
violence.
in the virtual also they are working with the webinars, ma'am.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
correct,
yes.
ma'am?
We are also doing here
Yeah,
also
of
doing
course.
well.
So I attended 2
the
webinars
college,
also.
South Smart, all are going here virtually, but in COVID situation, if any extra programs are there in WAGS, I want to know.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Project Camp.
Yes.
Camp is also
Wonderful.
running here.
Actually, you people have lots of ideas. आप लोग बहुत कुछ जानते हैं, तो इसके बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा बोलने के लिए ज़रूरत नहीं है मुझे. Actually, वैक्स का ग्लोबल प्रोग्राम्स में बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स है, और जितने भी आप लोग ने अभी कहे हैं वो भी है इसमें. जैसा कि आपने कहा, फ्री बीइंग मी and action on body confidence, then stop the violence campaign, serve smart, girl powered nutrition, and there is another one called Red Pride, menstrual hygiene management, then sustainable development goals, plastic tie turners, you report.
Yeah, PGT, yeah.
Yes. So actually, most of you know about these programs, and it's not necessary that all the programs happen in our nation, or it's not that ये जितना भी वैक्स का ग्लोबल प्रोग्राम से ये हमारे देश में हो रही है या फिर हमारे यहाँ पर नहीं हो रही, इसलिए इसका वो क्या होता है कि we don't know about it. It is not to happen. Actually, it is not necessary that we can't have the idea of what is happening in USA, or what is happening in Africa, or what is happening in Europe region. It's good to have ideas about what is happening around the world. And the next thing is, we also celebrate International Days of Action. Yeah, you might have heard about World Thinking Day, 22nd of February. So yeah, we always have a pack every year. Yes. And then we celebrate 8th March as International Women's Day. Then International Day of the Girl, Team Girl, you might have heard about it.
Yes, ma'am, it's coming.
And yeah, to everyone who is here in the program, it is actually a very wonderful opportunity for me to share with you that 11th of October is
ID.
day we celebrate International Day of the Girl. So it is good to share with you all. And WAGS had just launched its new pack for this year. So it would be good to get rangers doing different kind of activities. And it is called Hear Me Now.
Oh, yeah.
It is called Hear Me Now. Yeah. And you can find it. You can find it. I will share the link with you. I will share the link with you right now.
Thank you.
Here is the link of Hear Me Now.
Hear Me Now. Yes.
National Day Girl 2020. Yes. And when you talk about like Suyas ma'am told me that what's happening around the world, we do not know. Actually, um, for her digital world, for her digital world, WAX has a program, a website for her digital world. And there, if you just click on, may I get the slide just before than this? The previous one. Yes, previous one. Oh yeah, this one. Bringing Girl Guiding and Girl Scouting online. And this is for her digital world. So if you just click on this, my goodness, you can see the whole Girl Guiding and Girl Scouting here. You can see whole Girl Guiding and Girl Scouting here. What's happening in different parts of the world during this pandemic also, how they have been very active, how they have been, वो लोग कैसे काम कर रहे हैं, वो लोग ऐसे पैंडेमिक के सिचुएशन में भी अपने छोटे छोटे गर्ल गाइज के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं और कैसे कर रहे हैं, घर पर रहकर भी स्काउटिंग कैसे कर रहे हैं वो लोग, और कैसे बेनिफिट हो रहे हैं, लीडर्स कैसे बेनिफिट हो रहे हैं और मेंबर्स कैसे बेनिफिट हो रहे हैं. छोटी छोटी वो हमारी मेंबर्स जो है, जो अपने घर में अपने पेरेंट्स के पास है, तो वो कैसे स्काउटिंग कर रहे हैं, कैसे गर्ल गाइडिंग कर रहे हैं, ये बात आप यहाँ ये लिंक में जाकर भी देख सकते हैं. ये डिजिटल वर्ल्ड है, फॉर हर डिजिटल वर्ल्ड. यहाँ पर आप दुनिया में क्या क्या हो रहा है अभी, कैसे गर्ल गाइडिंग का एक्टिविटीज हो रहा है, ये सब कुछ आप देख सकते हैं. और वैक्स का अपना भी बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम्स है, ये जो पैंडेमिक के लिए स्पेशली डिजाइन किया हुआ है. तो अभी हम गर्ल गाइडिंग को कैसे आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं, ये सब कुछ यहाँ पर रखा हुआ है. तो whenever you get time, whenever you just go through the Facebook, whenever you go through the YouTube, if you make it a kind of bookmark, like आपकी गूगल में जब आप सर्च करते हैं तो जो चीज आप बार बार सर्च करते हैं वो आगे दिखाई देती है. सिमिलरली आप इसको भी 2-3 बार सर्च करेंगे तो ये आपको ऊपर दिखाई देने लगेगा. तो मुझे लगता है कि आप इसको ब्राउज करके यहाँ पर जितने भी चीज हो रही है दुनिया में गर्ल गाइडिंग के सेक्टर में, आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं. और आपकी जगह में भी आपने कुछ ऐसा काम किया है कि आपको लगता है ये तो मैंने सच में बहुत बढ़िया काम की है, या फिर आपकी दोस्त ने या आपकी कोई रेंजर ने या कोई आपकी गर्ल गाइड मेंबर ने बहुत ऐसा कुछ काम किया है, तो फिर आप उसको भी यहाँ पर डाल सकते हैं. सो यू कैन शेयर योर स्टोरी, अपनी स्टोरी भी आप डाल सकते हैं, और आप यू कैन शेयर द गर्ल्स स्टोरी एज वेल. एंड सिंस दिस इज a rangers conference, rovers conference, hey rangers, you are most welcome. You actually can share, your stories, because you are not from the central India only, you are not from Delhi only, you are not from Odisha only, you are not from Chennai only, you are from different parts of India. And in different parts of India you are experiencing different kind of situation due to this pandemic also, and you might be doing different kind of activities too. तो आप ये जो फॉर हर डिजिटल वर्ल्ड है, ये कोई अमेरिकन या कोई मलेशियन या कोई फिलिपिना के लिए ही नहीं है, ये हमारे लिए भी है. दिस इज फॉर यू एंड मी. This is for every members in your organization. तो आप इसको इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. You can use this platform. आपके पास ये जगह है बोलने के लिए भी, दिखाने के लिए भी, कहने के लिए भी, सब कुछ करने के लिए. We have the platform, but we have to use it. मुझे लगता है बहुत सारे लोग अभी भी ये जो प्लेटफॉर्म्स है उस पर हमने अभी तक अंदर जाके नहीं दिखा है, इसलिए वी डोंट नो, हमें पता नहीं है. तो एक बार हम इसको if we just try to get into this, I think we can have lots and lots of ideas regarding girl guiding and girl scouting, which is happening online in the world. Next, please. Okay. In some countries, you can see they have started girl guiding television. In some countries, they have doing things like Sankalp. It's in India, definitely. So there are different kinds of activities going in different parts of the world. And most of you might be aware about Juliet Losamina.
Yeah,
And this Juliet Losamina is Wax Flagship Leadership Development event. This happened last year, piloted rather than being held in one place, being held globally across 18 different hubs with attendees from 106 countries. And there were more than 600 participants, and each young woman delivering a project involving 100 young women in their home country. And now we call it Helen Storer Seminar. This is also a leadership development seminar. It focuses on environmental sustainability, held in Switzerland, but over the last 3 years have had pop-ups run by member organizations around the world. And as a COVID response, as I explained to you for her digital world, so here you can get the resources and materials from member organizations around the world, what others are doing during this period. And you can also think of the, you can also find the Positivity Patrol 10-week challenge using the WAX leadership mindsets to encourage positivity during this difficult reality. And you can get links as well. Then you might have heard about the Speak Out for Her World advocacy tool. Has anybody heard about this Speak Out for Her World? Neha? Neha Pashwan? Can you unmute yourself? Yes. Neha, how are you doing? Am I speaking okay? Are you getting me? I can't hear her. Sananda, can you hear her?
No, ma'am, she's not audible.
Yeah, she's not audible. Neha, could you speak louder? Okay, it seems like she has some technical error there. Nandita, I can see you there. Hello,
Yes,
Nandita.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, how are you doing, Nandita?
Yes, ma'am. I'm good. I'm doing
So have
well.
you heard about this Speak Out?
No, ma'am.
You have not?
No.
Okay. How about you, Radhika, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Have you heard about this Speak Out?
This 14 days activism, I don't know, but 16 days activism, I know, ma'am.
Okay, actually, um, WAGs empower girls and young women to speak out on behalf of themselves and young women everywhere. You have heard about advocacy as well, isn't it? Yeah, actually speaking out or advocacy, it has been an integral part of girl guiding and girl scouting since the very beginning. And for WAGs, advocacy means we actually influence people to take decisions that will improve our lives and lives of others. Advocacy का मतलब ये नहीं है कि जो गलत है उस पर भी हम अपना विचार डालें, ये नहीं है. Advocacy का मतलब WAGs के लिए ये है कि हम we influence people actually. हम उन लोगों को प्रेरित करते हैं कि वो ऐसा कुछ डिसीजन करे जिसके जरिए वो अपने लाइफ भी अच्छा बना सकते और दूसरों का लाइफ भी अच्छा बनाए. तो अपनी खुद की और दूसरों का लाइफ भी अच्छा बनाने के लिए हम लोगों को उत्प्रेरित करें, इसके लिए हम एडवोकेसी करते हैं. और
Ma'am,
और
hello, ma'am.
yes, yes, please.
Ma'am, it is like raising our voices against whatever happened. It's like give a voice to
Yeah.
unreached, like that. No, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes,
Done.
definitely. Yes, definitely. We actually raise a voice against what is happening wrong. And we encourage people to correct themselves, and we encourage people to bring the policies that could make lives of other people better, avoiding such wrong things happening around us.
The civic knowledge we must have is important.
Yes, civic sense. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. And actually, across the world, this movement is a powerhouse of skills. I should say, WAGS is actually, it's a movement and is a powerhouse of skills. It's a commitment and energy. Why it is called powerhouse of skills? Can you just tell anybody? इसको powerhouse क्यों मान सकते हैं हम?
Because it gives powers to girls and the women to speak, to do freely in everything, at any field. So they got the energy, they got the power. That's why it may be known as the powerhouse, just like we get the electricity from the electric powerhouse. We get the energy from all those things. So it can be known as the powerhouse for girls and women.
Yes, yes,
Ma'am,
yes.
we can say that it is a right or authority, like, ma'am. We can consider like that.
Got the energy, all the things we got from this. So it can be powerhouse for us. Am I right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, yes, of course. Of
Thank
course.
you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Pushpanjali, ma'am. Thank you. And I should say, like, WAGS has been a wonderful platform for every one of us. And because of this movement, we all are together. और जो जितने भी लोग घर में रहकर भी दुनिया की सफर करना चाहेंगे, वो और भी बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं हमारे यहाँ शहर में या फिर हमारे आसपास में. लेकिन ये मुझे लगता है कि WAGS is, I mean, girl guiding and girl scouting is one of the best place जहाँ पर आप पैसा भी खर्च कर सकते हैं, टाइम भी खर्च कर सकती है और एनर्जी भी खर्च कर सकती है, क्योंकि यहाँ से आपको सब कुछ मिलता है, बहुत कुछ मिलता है. आपको सबसे बड़ी बात, आपको अपनी पहचान मिलती है. उसके बाद आपको कुछ करने की वो करेज मिलती है और you get the power to change yourself, you get the power to change your community, you get the power to change the world. This is actually the organization that has been doing lots of impact on the lives of young girls and women of the world. This is what is WAGS. और WAGS का बहुत सारे programs जितने भी हमने यहाँ पर इतनी छोटी समय में डिस्कस की है, मुझे लगता है आप में से किसी को भी इससे बढ़कर जानना हो तो आप लोग वैक्स की वेबसाइट विजिट कर सकते हैं। वैक्स की वेबसाइट विजिट करके वहां पर आपको सब कुछ मिलता है। लाइक दूसरे देशों में क्या हो रहा है ये भी आपको पता चल जाएगा वहां पर आप जाके। और उसके बाद लाइक इसका बहुत लाइक ये गर्ल पावर न्यूट्रिशन क्या है, you know it, and it is not that, for example, Stop the Violence is one of the important program of WAGs, initiatives of WAGs. And how it is happening in India, it might be in a different form, or it might be differently being done in another part of the world. Maybe we can get ideas, better ideas to do this project in our country, going through the projects being done in different other parts of the world. So what we can do is we can actually use this WAGs websites as well as one of the biggest resource pool of girl guiding and girl scouting. So coming to an end, I would really like to thank every one of you being so passionate and so patient, having so much of patience in listening to me, interacting with me, and also motivating me to keep speaking 1 hour completely. Thank you very much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Maya. It was very, 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 very nice and interactive session. And I see there was a lot of more topics that you really wanted to cover into the PPT, 35 slides, and a lot of more information you wanted to give our girls. I would really love to have that information coming from you, maybe later on, if it permits you and your time, because there were so many new things that we wanted to learn from you, like the activity pack. Even when we get emails, we still don't get into the technical details and activities on that. It was nice, but moving on with the girls and girl-led International Day, IDG. We are celebrating IDP tomorrow. That is International Day of Peace. Okay. Which is with the MOP coordinators and everyone. But we are also celebrating IDG, which is International Day for the Girl. So in that effect, a circular has already been issued, and you can see it is circular number 127. It is circular number 127, which has the activities which you can take part, how you can get these whole things involved in your unit, and the activity pack is also given along with the circular toolkit. So I really request all the girls rangers as well as the unit leaders to make full use of this, and we show our presence. It's very important. We are existing as very rightly yesterday also Cynthia sir said ki we are mother earth. Mother, why this word mother has been given to females is because we keep on accepting whatever good bad things are happening with us, but it's time for us to speak out and say yes, we do exist. This is where we have to stand up and say. I would request Maya, or even Grace or Champaka, who are there with us with the next sessions. Maya, if you can just elaborate a little more on the activities of Hear Me Now. Yeah.
Sorry? Yes, Darshana?
If you can just elaborate more on the activities of Hear Me Now.
Me now.
Yes. You are mute. I think there is some issues with internet with Maya because she's in Nepal in the mountains. Maybe we can continue further. We have already got our next speaker. Yes, Sananda. Or Vani, who is there next?
Vani.
We
Vani,
have
please take
another.
over the screen. Yeah.
We have another guest speaker, Champaka Amalan Pahavin, Asia Pacific Regional Committee member based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Vice Chair of Girls Guide Association Malaysia Trainer Council. She believes in campaign the involvement of girls and young girls. She traveled for work and leisure to many countries in all the region where she has made connection with their Girls Guide, Girls Scouts Association. I'll request her to come and share some views with us.
Hello. Thank you for the very kind introduction, Bunny. My name
welcome,
is
ma'am.
Rebecca, as has been introduced just now. And with me today is Ms. Grace Tam, Senior Member Organization Partner in the Strategic Partnerships team of WAX. Grace is also based in Malaysia, and she will be presenting this session with me today. How is everybody today? Feeling good?
Yes, ma'am. We all are good.
Okay, we'll start our screen sharing on the plastic tag turners batch program.
Champaka, before we begin, we will have to give them the URL to download the pack so they can refer.
Yeah, so it's already been, Grace has inserted that in the chat group there to say that that's a link for the activity pack to be downloaded from.
ये एक्टिविटी पैक है जो लिंक हमने अभी ग्रेस मैम ने डाला है चैट बॉक्स में देख लीजिए और डाउनलोड कीजिए सो यू विल बी रिफरिंग विथ योर एक्टिविटी पैक एंड द बुक and what Champaka is speaking about.
Yeah,
Champaka.
Okay, shall I continue or give some time for the participants to download the book, do you think? Or
I think we should continue.
Okay. So today, this session is about the Plastic Type Turners Challenge batch. This had been mentioned by Maya in her presentation just now. And this is one of the many Yunga badges developed together with WAGS. This program is relatively new, and we are pleased to be sharing about this challenge batch in your Grow Your Wings event. Next slide, Grace. Okay, so as mentioned just now, before we get started, please download the activity pack as reference, and the activity pack can be found here at this link here. You will be able to have access to the Plastic Type Turners Challenge Batch Toolkit upon downloading this activity pack. Okay. Right. So why would we want to be doing this challenge batch at all? What do we expect to learn? What would be the outcome after completing this batch? So once you have completed this challenge, you will be able to, there are 5 learning outcomes. Firstly, you'll be able to understand how plastic is threatening life in oceans and on land. Also understand how the global community is tackling the issue. Understand and act to reduce your personal use of single-use plastics. Inspire your friends, family, school, and community to reduce, reuse, and recycle single-use plastics, and to take the lead on a wider scale to create lasting change in your region or community related to the use of single-use plastics, marine litter, and microplastics. So these are the 5 learning outcomes that we will be accomplishing at the end of the completion of the challenge batch. Okay, So how do we go about doing this challenge? What is this challenge about? So this challenge is grouped, if you would refer to your toolkit, this challenge is grouped into 3 levels. So the beginning level is called the entry level. And then upon that, you move on to the leader level. And then you move to the final level, which is the champion level. So for each of the level, background information has been provided in between that will help you learn more about specific issues related to plastics, plastic waste, and plastic pollution. So for each level of challenges, it comes with a scoring system. So you need to score a certain number of points at each stage that will entitle you to move on to the next level of challenges. So from A, which is the entry level, you would need to collect a total of minimum of 50 points. And once you've achieved 50 points, then you move on to the next level, which is level B, the leader level. And in the leader level, then you would be doing activities to collect a minimum of 65 points. And after that, you then move on to the last level, which is the champion level. And this is level C. And if you achieve 80 points, that's it. You're a champion type turner. Okay, so let's see how we can go about getting these points and what we have to do. Okay, right. But before that, before we start, what you would want to be doing with the leaders and the rangers back in your unit is to start with 10 compulsory questions. Okay, you would ask them to do these 10 compulsory questions. And after you've done that, you would send the quiz response to UN Environment. There's an email address down there, _yea@un.org. Now, we've arranged for for you to try out this batch quiz in a fun manner. And for this, I would hand over to Grace, who will take you through this quiz. Over to you, Grace.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Can you
can hear
hear me?
you, sir.
Okay, great. All right. So namaste, everyone. So we are going to do the quiz. Before I show the quiz, please download. No, please click on the link https://ahaslides.com/pttcq, which I have put in the chat for you to get access to the quiz. Can you please let me know if you are able to access this quiz? So we can start. The first question: in the past month, I have avoided eating at places that serve food with single-use plastic cutlery. You have 15 seconds to answer this.
ये जो ग्रेस ने एक लिंक डाला है चैट में, आपको वो लिंक खोलना है, उसके ऊपर क्लिक करके, और फिर ये क्वेश्चंस आपको जवाब देने हैं. देखिए अभी भी बहुत सारे लोग कर रहे हैं. So I hope everyone has got that.
So we have 20 over people taking part. We'll give a few more seconds for the participants on YouTube. So for the audience on YouTube, if you missed this, to join this quiz, please go to ahaslides.com/pttcq to join. Okay, we can move on to the next question. In the past month, I have used single-use plastic bags. Okay, another few seconds for you to respond. All right, we can move to the next question. John gets his household supplies in a plastic bag. Do you think this is right? So again, to the audience on YouTube, if you missed this earlier, please go to ahaslides.com/pttcq as shown on the screen here to join the quiz. Okay, we move to the next question. Sheila drinks tea in a plastic cup. Is this a good idea? Any more response? To the audience in YouTube, please join us in the quiz. Okay, we move to the next question. I like to drink soda with a plastic straw. Another few seconds to respond. Please click on the link ahaslides.com pttcq. The audience on YouTube, I saw some comments that they cannot find the link, so I've pasted the link again. Okay, we move to the next question. People view single-use plastic as a good thing. Do you share the view? Okay, we have 26 responses. Come on, there are so many people on the YouTube. Please respond. All right, let's move on to the next question. I can change the way my friends and family use plastics in their everyday lives by talking to them about the issues around plastic.
The question is not coming on this screen of our side. I was responding to the questions, but these last two questions are not coming on my side.
We can see everyone agree with this. All right. Sarah uses paper and cloth bags. Can you easily find paper or cloth bags, or are you able to make a bag yourself? Okay, so we have 96.9% who said yes, and the 3.1% who said not sure. We move on to the next question. Are there any plastic recyclers in your area? Okay, next question. Do you think it is possible to manage without single-use plastic in our lives? Audience on the YouTube, are you following? Great. Thank you, Preeti. Okay, that is the end of our quiz. Thank you very much for your participation, and I hand back to Chrumpaka.
Thank you, Grace. Was that fun to do, the quiz, do you think? So before you start with the plastic tide turners challenge batch, begin by doing this quiz with your ranges, your unit. And you could either do it online, like how we did just now, or you can actually print out the quiz questions and give them to the girls to complete. So if you have the booklet with you, you can find it on page 3, like this. So you can print out this page and give them to the girls to complete before the girls and the boys to complete before starting on with the rest of the activities for the challenge batch. Okay. By doing this, actually, it would give you an idea of common practices, opinions, and trends around the use of plastic within the girls in your unit, if you're carrying out within the unit or your district or the state, depending on where you're carrying out this challenge batch. Okay, next. Right. So we'll try this game. So how do we begin doing this challenge batch? As mentioned earlier, we would start at the entry level, which is the first level. And these activities in the entry level will get you thinking about how you can reduce your use of plastics in your daily life and start getting others to do the same. So you need to have a minimum of 50 points. It can be higher. You can aim for higher points, but you need to at least get 50 points in order to move on to the next level. So for this level, the entry level, how do you then collect these 50 points? Does it mean you have to do all the activities? Does it mean you can pick and choose? So if you look at the entry level, which is level A, there are 7 activities as listed there, and they are A1, audit your plastic habit. Now this is the mandatory activity. This one you have to do, and the rest you can choose. So A2 is movie night, A3 is plastic resolution, A4 is play the game, A5 trash art, A6 bag nag, making it simple, A7 is role play. So what in heaven's name are these activities, you would be asking? So if you look at the pages of, next slide. Okay, so if you look at the pages of 9 and 10 in the toolkit, this is where they have listed out all the activities in the entry level, as mentioned before, from A1 to A7. And you will see that for each of the activities, they have allocated points there, right? So for example, if we look at A1, okay, so if you look at A1, audit your plastic habit, and this is the activity that you must do. They're asking you, does plastic rule your life, or is your plastic footprint microscopic? Or are you somewhere in the middle? take action now to cut down your plastic usage. That means reducing, reusing, or replacing your plastic items. So there's three levels of activities there. For example, if you want to go for the first one, cut one single-use plastic item from your life, then that gets you 5 points. If you cut 2 single-use plastic items from your life, you get 10 points. If you cut 5 single-use plastic items from your life, you get 25 points. And then you think about what alternatives to plastic did you end up using. So for example, for this activity A1, we choose the first one, which is, you think that, oh, it's very difficult to cut off more than one single-use plastic. Okay, so let's aim for everybody in your unit to cut one single-use plastic item from your life. Okay, so that gives you 5 points, for example. And then for activity A2, which is movie night, and it says that here's a fun way for you to learn more about plastics problem. Watch a movie. Here are a couple worth checking out. So they've given 2 movies here for you to watch, for you to watch with the girls in your unit. And the first one is Plastic Pollution: How Humans Are Turning the World into Plastic. And there's a link there that you could get into in order for you to have access to this film. It's an actually film by BBC that has been seen by 3 million people. So that's the first movie. And the second movie is this the ocean of the future? There's a link there, and it's a short but moving look at how plastic is affecting our oceans. So for example, if you watch one of them and then share the link with friends within your on or offline community using the hashtag #CleanSeas, then ask them to watch it and include a personal message about why you think it's important. Discuss the movie with your friends after everyone has viewed it, has watched it. So if you decide you're going to watch one movie, so that's 5 points. If you decide you're going to watch 2 movies with your unit, so that gives you 10 points. And then you decide, oh, you're going to hold a movie screening for at least 5 people for either or both movies. That gives you 15 points. So say for A.1 and A.2 now, you've accumulated 20 points, right? Okay. So then we move on to the next activity, A3, which is on plastic resolution. It's the same thing. It's asking with 5 friends, talk through how you're each taking action to reduce your plastic habits and come up with 3 things that you can do collectively to make a difference. So use WhatsApp or a similar app to share photos and ideas, and then regroup to check on your progress in 1 month's time. How much have you reduced your plastic use? Some ideas to get your wheels turning would be by ditching the plastic straws, bringing reusable bags with you everywhere, and bring your own containers when you order takeout. Okay, and there's an appendix 2 in the toolkit which you can have a look at for more ideas. So for example, for this activity, you decide that, oh, let's just do with the first one, which is maintain the group and stick to its goals for 1 month. Okay, so you get 5 points. Say for example, if you decide to be more ambitious, you could maintain the group and stick to its goals for 2 months. That'll give you 10 points. And if you want to do that for 6 months, it'll give you 20 points. But say for this purpose, you decide, okay, 1 month is enough. So we'll just go with the first one. A3 will give you 5 points. And then for A4, there's an activity called Play the Game. So you and your unit play the computer game called Dumb Ways to Kill the Ocean and get a certificate for your hard work. There's a link there on how you can get access to this game. And if you play the game at least once, everybody in your unit plays this game at least once, you get 5 points. So that's accumulatively, that's 5 points for A3 and 5 points for A4. Okay, and then you move on to A5, and that's trash art. Now you think, oh, my unit likes to do art and they're very good at this, so we're going to go for the highest point here. Because for trash art, it's asking you to discover your creative side, collect as much discarded plastic as you can, and try to make art or craft out of it. Can you make a cool collage, a bracelet? Okay, so there are some ideas there as well on how to produce this artwork. There's a link there that you can look into. But say if you think, oh, my unit, they're not very artistic, so you might want to just go with the first level, which is segregate and pick some of your household plastic waste before it reaches the trash bin. Or if you think that's all you can do, you do that and you get 5 points. Or if you think, oh, we can go further with this, and you decide that, okay, the units, everyone's going to be making a piece of art out of the discarded plastics and share it on this hashtag. Okay, so not only first you have to collect the waste, and then you just you want to turn it into something before it reaches the trash bin, 5 points. If you actually turn it into something and put it and share it on the hashtag, you get 10 points. But let's be ambitious and get everyone in the unit to write a strong 15-word message inspiring people to segregate plastic waste, recycle it, and display it along with your art. That gets you 20 points. So yeah. And then for A6, it says bag nag, making it simple. So what do we do here? Think again of who does the grocery shopping in your home. Place a sign together with the reusable bags in the car or right by the door. So whoever does the shopping will have them on hand. Prepare a few sets of reusable straws, cutleries, and food containers that your family members can keep on hand too. So they'll have no excuses next time they go out to eat or get takeout. Okay, so do an inventory of their toothpaste, face wash, etc. to check for microplastics and give them the name of some alternatives to buy instead. So can you think of other ways to make it easier for them to reduce the plastic footprint? After a while, did they start to remember how to make these changes on their own? So for each type of single-use plastic, you get people to replace with a reusable item, you get 10 points. So if you just put some reusable bags and at hand so that when your family members leaves the house, they can quickly grab the reusable bags. So that's already getting people to replace single-use plastic with the reusable item. 10 points. Hooray. And we move on to the activity 8.7, which is the last activity in the beginners level, in this level. And it's about plastic pollution. So fighting plastic pollution, it affects everyone in different ways. For example, shopkeepers might be worried about a ban on plastic shopping bags if no cheap alternatives are available. Ocean wildlife, on the other hand, would be very happy with the ban on all single-use plastics. A mayor or local councillor might want to tackle plastic trash to make the area beautiful and encourage tourists. But it's also expensive to provide more trash bins and the recycling services. So in this activity, you will try to see the issue from someone else's point of view. So in your discussion, in your classroom or group, divide into groups of 4. You can do this within your units as well, with everyone playing a different role. So it's role play. You can choose between the roles of a plastic manufacturer, a tourist, a local resident, politician, storekeeper, young person, and a fish even. Have a discussion about plastic waste and plastic pollution with everyone getting a chance to share their point of view and the particular challenges they face in this situation. What do each of you want? Whose situation seems more urgent? Is it possible for everyone to be happy? What solution did you come up with? Regroup as a whole and discuss the outcomes of the role play. So if you put together this role play and you carry it out, then that's 10 points for you. So if you accumulate all the points just now from 8.1 to 8.7, choosing various levels of activities you will do, for example, which we selected just now, A1 5 points, A2 15 points, A3 5 points, A4 5 points, A5 20 points, A6 10 points, A7 10 points, that would get you 70 points. And so you will now be ready to move on to the leader level. Yeah. Okay, so now what do you have to do at leader level now? So for leader level, for these challenges in the leader level, you will be teaming up with others and start making some noise at school and in your community. So just now it was about you making the change and the change within yourselves and the people around you. But now you're going to step up and make the change at school and in your community. Now, again, there's many activities in here. You don't have to do all of them, but you need to get 65 points for you to be able to move to the champion level, which is the final level, the next level, and the champion and the final level. Next and final, yes. So for activities in the leader levels, there are all these. You can find them on pages 13 to 15. Yeah, pages 13 to 15 in the toolkit, which you can have a read yourself. Yeah. So once you've got your 65 points just now, right, you move on to the champion level. Now, what do you do in this level now, you can ask? This level is for those who want to be champions on plastic. You would have had such success at the leader level that you're now ready to scale up your efforts to either an organization, a community, city, or national level to make an even greater impact. Okay, so these challenges require you to be polite, inspiring, and smart. Focus on how you can have the greatest impact. So there are 7 activities in the champion level. You can see there: waste management, revolution, private sector plastic persuasion, take it to your politician, commit to a river or beach for at least 1 month, raise it in the media, plastic surprises, audit your plastic habit and find out where your waste goes. And you need to score 80 points for the champion level. And the activities can be found on pages 17 and 18 in the toolkit. Yeah, so we won't go through each of the activities in the leader level and the champion level. You can actually go through it yourself and have a look and choose which activities you want to do. And it can all be found in the toolkit on the pages that we've mentioned before. Yep. Okay. Now to wrap up, after you've done the whole entire program from the entry level to the leader level to the champion level, there's another batch quiz where there are 10 compulsory questions to ask. We're not going to be doing this now because it needs you to have, it would require you to have completed the challenge batch program before you are able to answer the questions. But there's 10 questions here. You can do it again online like how we did earlier, or if that's too complicated, then you can print the questions and give them out to the members of your unit. And then after that, you will send your quiz response again to un-environment-yea@un.org. Okay? Okay. So in wrapping up, there are a few things that that the batch is asking you to do. Number 1 just now was to answer the quiz where there are 10 compulsory questions. Number 2 is that they're asking you to tell your story so that you and your unit can consolidate what you've learned from this whole experience and write up a short story that helps us understand what changes you made in your life and in the life of others. Consider questions such as, what were the main challenges? What part was most fun? What did you realize that you didn't think, that you didn't know? What were you able to teach others about? Where do you think you had the biggest impact? And here are some suggestions for how to get your ideas across. You can share your story by writing an essay. You can, or if you like, you can make a video, or you could do a photojournalism piece. Okay. And once you've done that, your unit can share these by emailing the story or the video or the photojournalism piece to unenvironment again -ya@un.org. Okay, so that's number 2. And number 3, make a pledge. So let's all make a commitment to making the planet happier and healthier, helping our animal friends, and improving our own health and quality of life. Let's kick single-use plastic to the curb. Or not literally, but yeah, let's get rid of it. And so the pledge would be along these lines, that I will, number 1, always carry a reusable bag and say no to single-use shopping bags. 2, carry my own refillable bottle. 3, educate my friends and family about the issues relating to single-use plastics. And 4thly, convince my local shopkeepers and vendors and communities to say no to single-use plastic. Right. Okay. And the 4th thing is now to get your badge. So now you're tight turners. You've done amazing work, and it's time for you to get your badge and your certificate. So a certificate template will be provided to your member organization by WAGS. An announcement will be made regarding the batch distribution once logistics arrangements are confirmed. So that's how the batch looks like. And if you look in the toolkit, there's also a picture or an sample of how the certificate looks like. Okay. Okay. So, and of course, the plastic tide Turner Challenge badge, it is closely linked to these SDGs, the SDG number 3 on good health and well-being, SDG number 6 on clean water and sanitation, SDG number 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure, SDG number 11, sustainable cities and communities, SDG number 12 on responsible consumption and production, SDG number 13 on climate action, SDG number 14 on life below water, and SDG 15 on life on land. So these 8 SDGs are the ones most closely linked to plastic pollution. Okay, so what do you do now? You say, okay, that's fine. So I've heard how to go about doing this plastic tide Turners Challenge batch. So now how do I get started? I think the best way for you to do would be to plan your plastic tide Turner Challenge journey, plan it with the leaders in your unit, plan it with the girls in the unit. So in your groups or individually, maybe study the activity pack and select the activities that you and your group can achieve to complete the batch requirement. Write your plan on a piece of paper or do this in your computer. Upload a picture of your plan to the social media and hashtag plastic tide turners and hashtag clean seas. Take picture if you've done it on paper or screenshot if it's on the computer. So basically you're planning now the category. For example, the pre-challenge, you have to do the before batch quiz, which is on page 3. There's no points for that, but you need to start with that. And then A is entry level, where it says that you need 50 points. So then from all the activities listed just now, choose which ones you're going to be doing and what you're going to be doing for each of the choice activities. List points for each activity so that you know that at the end of the day, you have at least 50 points. And then there are other columns there where it says doing with who, where are you doing it, estimate time to complete, and the resources or materials needed. Okay, so that would be for A, and you do the same thing for B, where for the leader level, where you need minimum points of 65. So again, look at the activities under B, choose which ones you want to do, choose what kind of activities you want to do under that. Well, what kind of level would you want to be doing under each of the activities? Add them up, make sure you have at least 65, and then if you do, you move on to C. So you put a target of champion level, you need to achieve 80 points. Look at the activities under C, list them down, add them up, and if you've got 80 points, that's good. And then lastly, in the last column, you do a wrap up, and they were there we have listed the four items that you would have to do as wrap up, which would be the after batch quiz, where you need to tell us a story, your pledge, and getting your certificate and badge. And there's no points for this. That's the wrap up. So this would be what you would want to be doing with your units and with your girls and the leaders, right? Okay, and that's it for the Plastic Tide Turners Challenge batch. Do you have any questions that you would like to share with us that we can help answer for you?
Well, great. Thank you, Champaka. It was wonderful listening to the stepwise activities for plastic tide turner. बच्चों आपको प्लास्टिक टाइड टर्नर की सारी एक्टिविटी समझ में आ गई है? Any questions that you have?
Ma'am, already we have done. Ma'am, can I?
Yes, Bula.
Already I have done this, ma'am. But the last stage, ma'am, time out has come. So I did not get the badge, ma'am, so far.
You would have to contact WAGS.
Okay, ma'am.
The MO would have to contact WAGS and ask them. And if you have like a tally of the number of girls and units that have completed this, then you
Okay.
can actually put in a request to
Okay.
WAGS. There's a specific person or department I think you apply them to, right,
Okay.
Grace?
Yes.
And she'll put them in the chat, I think, where to apply them for, and then they will then send the badges to you.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you, ma'am.
But well done to have completed all 3 levels already.
Ma'am, in the month of July itself, we completed, ma'am.
Did you do them? Did you do face-to-face activities, or were they done online?
Nearly June 15th, we started, ma'am, along with the team members, and we completed in the month of July end, I think so, ma'am.
Right. Did the
Yes,
girls
ma'am.
enjoy doing? Did the girls enjoy doing it? That
Yes, ma'am.
activity?
Along with the girls, ma'am.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. We will provide the link. We will provide the contact person for you to get in touch with
Surely,
regard
ma'am.
to obtaining the
Surely, ma'am.
badges. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam, this is Mona Lisa Das from Odisha. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, Madam, the same problem I face too is that I have completed the levels, but it was time out by the end of July. We had it, but I didn't get the last certificate, and also I was waiting for the badge as I had completed everything, but it was time out, madam. It was written, I think some 10 days before it was talked about that is time out, and after that I didn't get the link. Can I complete it now, madam? Is it
Yeah,
possible now for me?
Yes, you can still continue doing the challenge batch. It's fine. It's not. I mean, I think they at one point everything was on lockdown because of MCO, but the challenge batch is still available. It can still be done. So for whichever unit or whoever is interested that have not started them yet, even now you can still start now, and information will be channeled to the MOs at some, I think, very soon, to let MOs know how to go about getting the getting obtaining the badges. Yeah. But we can follow that up for you as well to see how to go about, or how soon to have an idea as to when you will be getting the badges.
I'll just add into it Champaka, we started working on our batch, I think in March. And
Right.
what happened is UNEP India, they hosted a website with the same points and things. And our all members joined that website, which had interface activities where children can go and put those things and earn points, and then they are transferred to the next level. So these are few of the members who worked, registered themselves and were working along with the website to see where they are, and different levels of digital certificates were issued to them. But then further, there were some issues with the website with UNEP India.
Okay.
So that are the issues which are coming up. But what we are asking our members is to not to rely on that website because it is not in our control, not in WAG's and not in BSG's control, but work on it on offline mode.
Yes. Yes, I think most MOs are doing that. That they are working on it on an on an offline mode, i.e. they do it via face-to-face meetings, or they do it but not particularly reporting through a particular website link like how you were doing with UNEP India. So you can still continue doing it and recording all the progress and doing everything, and then reporting by sending them to the email just now, UN environment, dash YEA at I forget what at what was the email time? Well, the email that was mentioned earlier, but we can put it back again in there. So if you keep doing that, then that's already manner, UN environment at un.org. So if you send information to this email, that's already a record of what you are doing. Yeah. And then at some point we will, I mean, like with together with other Yunga badges, WAX issue them, or you can actually get them from there. So we're still trying to ascertain now what is the best mode of obtaining or securing these badges, really. But as soon as we have information on how we can have access to, or how we can get these badges, we will also inform the MOs on this. Yeah. But well done. I'm so excited to hear that you've all done so much with regards to this badge. Some of you have even reached champion levels. So that's good sharing. Yeah.
Thank you. Over to the MCs.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing this wonderful information with us. It will help us a lot. Now, I invite our director, Rajkumar Kaushik, to speak some word and share his views with us. Sir, are you there?
Yeah, thank you very much. All the officials from WAS and office barriers and dear rangers and ranger leaders and all the trainers. Uh, all of you know that now we are celebrating 100 years of rangering closing ceremony, and as decided by the committee, the thing for which the theme is also very nicely given as your wings. And definitely it is required to grow our wings, especially in guide wing. So I must congratulate our Joint Director Guide Darshana Madam and all her team for organizing such a nice program. And today it was PT3 and our speaker from WAX has very nicely spoken about the plastic container. And I hope that all of you will not only do yourself, but you will also motivate your other members of your team, and as well as the other team members also who are not at present in this program, so that one-time use plastic should be removed from India uh, by this year or otherwise by next year in all respects. And our children, our youth are already doing this work. It is not new for us. Even in our APRO Part 3, even in our girl program and boy program also, uh, this is already included in our syllabus, directly or indirectly. But being we have taken a special project from WAX as well as from WOJAM also. So it is all our duty to fulfill the target fixed by us, and the success depend on all of you. During this COVID-19 pandemic, all of us have worked very hard from our home as well as in the field also. So congratulations to all of you and all the ranger leaders and trainers. Thank you very much, Aram from WAX, who has taken the session very nicely. And प्यारे बच्चों, मैं एक ही बात बोलना चाहूँगा, आज जो कुछ ये 5 दिन, आज ही नहीं, 5 दिन में आप जो कुछ भी सीखेंगे उसको अपनी डेली लाइफ में डालना ही है, और साथ में अपने दूसरे साथियों को भी आप उनको बताना है जो आपने सीखा, ताकि वो लोग भी आपके सीखे हुए से आगे अपने कार्यों को और अच्छे प्रकार से करने में कामयाब हो. So once again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you, Rajna ma'am, for calling me.
Thank you, sir. It was nice having you here. एंड देखिए आज का जो सेशन था सुबह का वैग्स वाला इंट्रोडक्शन एंड ये वाला हमने एक नई टेक्निक सीखी कि हम सर्वे कैसे कर सकते हैं. So that is what is important for you to learn new techniques and make this sessions more interactive. कोविड हुआ इसलिए हमने सब लोग ने एवरीवन वी केम ऑन जूम. ठीक है, जूम पे हमने वन वे सेशंस वर गोइंग ऑन. नाउ द सेशंस आर बिकमिंग मोर इंटरेक्टिव. Maya took a sessions where she was asking each and everyone, she was calling out their names and asking them to speak. When you call out for someone's name, you actually touch their lives, you touch their very emotional strong part of a person. So that's how whenever you're doing these sessions, make it a point of taking this bits and pieces and from the speakers, so you can have these online platform much more informative, much more interactive. The second session which we had on PTTC, Plastic Tide Turner Challenge, as very rightly Sir has said, we have taken this on a huge scale from both WAGS and WASM. So certainly you as members have to decide and work on a unit, work on individual level first, and then work on a unit so you can incorporate them to become part of this. As we said, we are going to work out on a plastic tide turner to work offline so that we at NHQ can see how after receiving your reports from entry level, we would be issuing an official digital certificate for entry level and giving it back to you. Then when you finish your leader level, we will assist it and then send it back to you. So this process is also which is happening at our end. We are evolving with plastic tide turner. So certainly very soon you will get those steps in how you need to go ahead and work this out. Second thing is plastic tightener is very important and we really have to work on this. We got these 2 points which came in today's morning session was WAGS and plastic tightener. So your discussion on co-creating, revamping the Uparashtrapati Puraskar subjects syllabus is you need to think whether we want plastic tightener or do you want to reduce plastic or don't want to reduce. We are not bothered about the world. Whatever this group decides is what we will take. So whenever you are having this discussion also on Uparashtrapati Puraskar syllabus, make it a point of considering this or considering and saying, no, we don't want it or we want it. So have those thoughts when we have the discussion. Further on, I think I'll call Grace to give us more information on IDG, International Day of Girl Child.
Hello, everyone, again. Thank you for the opportunity to share. As this is very ad hoc, I will only speak from the toolkit itself. We didn't prepare a presentation for this. I'll just share the toolkit. Right. So you can download this toolkit from the WAGS website. It is for International Day of the Girl this year. As Darshana has mentioned earlier just now, International Day of the Girl is celebrated on 11th of October every year, and it was declared as an International Day by the United Nations since 2012. The theme for this year is I think, my voice our equal future, and therefore WAGS has come up with a toolkit called Hear Me Now. This is a batch activity pack and you can get the batch from WAGS shop online. I will show you how to get it later. So how to complete the Hear Me Now pack? The first step is you need to introduce what is the International Day of the Girl and this year's theme, and all the information are in this pack. And then step 2, there are 3 sections of the pack. You need to complete at least one activity from each section, and depending on the size of your group and how you're able to do it, you can plan it accordingly. So you can either do it face to face, or you can try to adapt things to make it a virtual session. After you finish the activities, then we move on to step 3, where you can take part in the Hear Me Now online campaign, which is in page 16. And then you would have finished doing all the things required to get the badge. So there are 3 sections in the activity pack. Number 1 is Here, number 2 is Me, and number 3 is Now. So in the Here section, there is 1 game and 1 activity. You can decide to do both of these. So under Here, the game is called Group Listening Game. So to make it girl-led, that means girls have input into what they want to do for the game. You can ask girls to find out what listening games they want to play with the group, and then make a collective decision on which game to play. And number 2, the activity for the Here is go on a mission guided meditation. So you need someone to actually read out this meditation script, and then at the end of that, do a reflection exercise with the group, where you can ask them to share their thoughts, what meaningful reflections that come up during the meditation. How did the meditation activity make them feel? Do they find it easy for them to remind themselves of the positive things in their lives? Then we have the second section, which is Me. Under Me, there's a game called What Matters to Me. And according to the instructions, it can be done by standing in a circle if it is a physical meeting. And if it is a virtual meeting, then we can create a running order to display on the screen and call the girl or the leader to say something about themselves, their name and what matters to them. And then that is for the first player. If let's say I start, I say my name is Grace. I'm passionate about reducing plastics in life. So I pass to Darshana. Then Darshana will say, "Oh, Grace is passionate about reducing plastics in life." And then I am Darshana. I would like to empower girls to take lead. And then pass to the next one. And continue and continue. I think some of you might have played this kind of game before. So after the game, then we do reflective questions as well. So now that we know that everyone is passionate about, how could we use that knowledge in planning future group meetings? And this can help us in decision making for the future. And the activity for me is my personal hero emblem. So each girl can be given a printout of this emblem, or they can draw their own emblem and then divide the emblem into 4 sections. One of them is to write what makes them happy. Then the other one is what is the personality trait that they are proud of, a cause that they care about. And then the 4th section is to leave blank for a next activity. And then we move on to the 3rd section, which is Now. Under Now, the game is called Influencing Bingo. So we can have girls draw the bingo box like this, or you can give them a printout, or you can do it in a computer. Then the leader will display or read a list of 15 actions. There's actually an example of actions that can be read out, but you can also make your own if to make it more localized. So the girls will think of actions that they think they want to do and put it in their bingo box. And the leader will read out the actions in a random order. So the first person to get all their 9 actions read out will be the winner. Then, you know, call bingo or what. And then the reflective question for this is, think about all those different actions that you can take to influence others. Identify the ones you have done in the past 6 months, and yeah, see, you are already changing the world by doing all these things. And the activity for Now is my personal pledge. So you can actually download and print out a pledge sign for them, or they can also draw their own pledge sign using a piece of blank paper. So on each of the pledge sign, the girl will decide on a practical action that they can take, and they write that down and they take a picture with that pledge. I think most of you have done this kind of activity before as well. And as a reflection, offer the opportunity for any girl who wishes to share her personal pledge with the rest of the group. And the leaders should also share their pledges too. So after doing all the activities in the 3 sections, this is the last part, which is to take part in the Hear Me Now campaign. And as we said just now, you take picture with the sign of your vision and then share it with these hashtags. Hashtag Hear Me Now, Team Girl, and we tag at Waxworld for Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. But before posting any picture, make sure that you have the photo permission from the Girl Guides and the Girl Scouts or their guardians if they are children. And you can also join other actions. You can go according to these links and download an advocacy toolkit called Speak Out for Her World. You can join IDG actions and take part in the International Day of the Girl poll through UNICEF's U Report. I think you will have a session on U Report soon, and I think you can learn how to register for U Report and contribute your ideas through the polls. So let me just show you where to get the wax badge. So this is the wax website. You can just type wax.org on your internet browser, and you can find shop here at the top right corner. And then you will see all the different things that our wax shop sells. So let's say you want to look for the Hear Me Now badge. You go to badges. And then you can find this here. This is the badge for the International Day of the Girl this year for the activity pack of Hear Me Now. So yeah, that's about it for the International Day of the Girl. If you have any questions, do let us know.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Grace. At a very short notice, you could make this happen for us. ये सर्कुलर बच्चों 11 अक्टूबर को हमें ये दिन सेलिब्रेट करना है, जो 1 साल तक ये 1 महीने तक एक महीने तक कि आप ये एक्टिविटीज कर सकते हैं अपने बच्चों के साथ, अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, अपने लीडर्स के साथ में, आपके टीम के साथ में, आपकी यूनिट के साथ में, ठीक है। और जैसे उसने बोला कि उसमें 3 डिविजन्स हैं, हियर मेरे बारे में, हियर मी मेरे बारे में, और नाउ मीन्स अभी हम क्या करना चाहते हैं। सो ऐसे भी तीनों में डिवाइड किया गया है ये एक्टिविटी टूल किट, एंड इट इज वेरी 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 सिंपल। इट इज टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, ये मेरे ख्याल से सिर्फ अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करने के लिए ही है। इट्स नॉट मच इंटेंस जहाँ पर आपको बहुत बाहर जाके बोलना है वगैरह। सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू कैन डू इन योर यूनिट वेरी स्मूथली, और बहुत अच्छे से आप कर सकते हैं। लेकिन जो आप करोगे वो बीएसजी के वेबसाइट पर, बीएसजी के फेसबुक पेज पर, बीएसजी के ट्विटर पेज पर, बीएसजी के इंस्टाग्राम पेज पर आपको डालना है। ओनली देन वी विल कम टू नो कि आप क्या कर रहे हो। दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नाउ ये बताइए, आप में से कितने लोगों के पास में ट्विटर पेज है, ट्विटर हैंडल है? How many of you have got Twitter?
I have, ma'am.
Good. Are you using it?
I have also, ma'am.
Good. Konkana, are you a member? Are you following BSG? Are you following BSG India?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. तो सबके पास फेसबुक पेज है?
Yes, ma'am.
कितने
Yes,
लोगों
ma'am.
के पास फेसबुक पेज है?
I have, ma'am. Ma'am, मेरे पास.
गुड, वेरी नाइस. नाउ फेसबुक पे तो हम लोग को बहुत अच्छी तरह से स्टोरी करना आता है, फॉलो करना आता है, कॉपी करना आता है, पोस्ट करना आता है, राइट? नाउ यू
Yes,
नीड टू मूव फ्रॉम योर फेसबुक पेजेस, कम टू ट्विटर एंड इंस्टाग्राम. कितने लोगों के पास है?
Ma'am, I have.
मेरे पास. I have.
I
And
also, ma'am.
इंस्टाग्राम को फॉलो किया?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, वहां पर आते हैं फोटोज इंस्टाग्राम पर?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ओके. सो जिनके पास ट्विटर पेज नहीं है और इंस्टाग्राम पेज नहीं है, हैंडल्स नहीं है, प्लीज आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू कम ऑन दैट प्लेटफॉर्म ऑल्सो, सो दैट वहां पर वी कैन बी मोर विजिबल. ओवरऑल BSG इज वेरी वाइब्रेंट ऑन फेसबुक, लेकिन हमको अभी ट्विटर पे और इंस्टाग्राम पेज पर आना है, सो दैट वी कैन बी मोर वाइब्रेंट और हम लोग को वी कैन बी मोर विजिबल. ठीक. और सभी ने फॉलो करना है ट्विटर और इंस्टाग्राम पेज को. जीत, आईटी टीम विल गिव मी अ रिस्पांस कि आज के दिन में कितने फॉलोअर्स हमारे बढ़े इन दोनों पेज पर. ठीक है, ग्रेट. ओवर टू द MCs टू कंक्लूड द मॉर्निंग सेशन. हु इज गोइंग, सुनंदा और वाणी?
Ananda.
Ma'am, Sananda.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry, Sananda.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, today's session, it was lovely session, very informative. And I thought that I was not sitting in front of the digital set. I was like, you all are around us. We were like communicating with each other so nicely. So we learned many things and we got many information too. And we will surely implement in our daily lives. It was a lovely session, in one word.
We have got our Executive Director Krishna Swami sir, Machama ma'am also, Surekha ma'am also, who has joined us on this session. Welcome everyone. It's nice to have you here. Fine. Champaka, Grace.
Thank you, Rashna ma'am.
Thank you for a wonderful session. It was very nice. And as a group, we close for now and come back at 1:45. Do we have any questions before we move out?
I have a question.
Yes, Konkana.
मैम अभी जस्ट 5 मिनट पहले एक कॉल आया मुझे, ये कहा कि उन्होंने कि मैं भारत स्काउट्स गाइड से बोल रहा हूँ और उन्होंने मेरा नाम पूछा और बस फोन कट कर दिया. तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि ये कॉल क्यों आया था.
Okay, we will check it out.
एक्चुअली इट इज जीत घोष. मैंने ही कॉल किया था. एक्चुअली हम हर एक ग्रुप को शॉर्ट आउट कर रहे थे, दैट्स व्हाई.
Okay, anyone else?
Ma'am, I want to ask that in today's session from 2 o'clock or 1:45 when we will join, we will discuss about which topic. Means you said we will discuss about plastic turner. Whole topic we will discuss or we will give a conclusion only?
No. In the afternoon session, today we will focus on uniform. Uniform, yesterday I've thought lot of group has already been discussing about it. Pants चाहिए, track pants चाहिए, नहीं चाहिए, साड़ी चाहिए, I don't know. Means I saw there are a lot of discussion going on. So आज का जो session होगा 2 बजे से 3 बजे तक हम ग्रुप डिस्कशंस में अपने अपने ग्रुप में जाएंगे, डिस्कशन करेंगे और खत्म करेंगे उसको, एंड देन वी विल प्रेजेंट इट और उसको खत्म कर देंगे. सो टुमारो नो मोर यूनिफॉर्म. Today is the only day for uniform for discuss and finalize so that the recommendation team can compile it together and present. Okay?
Thank you.
Any more questions that we got?
If we go back a little, like 20 years ago in North India, parents used to call their kids as tu, and they would expect the children to call their parents as am. So then it's hard to difficult, or it's a difficult part to explain them. No, we can call you tu, but you cannot call us tu. You have to call us am. You have to give us due respect.
Okay.
So now parents,
जैसे हमने एज ऑलवेज बच्चियां हमारी कल इधर उधर सब अलग अलग ग्रुप में चली गई थी. So group leaders are very much worried. The counselors are also very much worried कि मैडम हमारे ग्रुप में बच्चियां है नहीं, गुम हो गई सारी. That is the situation again today. But before we focus completely on the group discussion, when you start at 11:45 is when we will be starting officially. But you can, the link will be opened at 1:30 itself. और आप लोग क्या करेंगे, जैसे हमने डाला है नाम और फिर 04 ग्रुप टीम नंबर डाला है. वी विल नॉट डू लाइक दिस, वी विल डू द अदर वे. पहले डालेंगे ग्रुप 04 and then it will be Sananda. Okay, 03 and then it will be Konkana. ठीक, ऐसे करके then we will join in. आपको लिंक हम लोग व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में डालेंगे and then you join in. So no confusions there also. ठीक, any question?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, अभी जो हमें सेशन ज्वाइन करना है, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप से ज्वाइन करना है.
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में
145.
आपको लिंक भेजेंगे बच्चा और आपको जूम में ज्वाइन करना है.
ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम.
Any more questions that we have?
हेलो मैम.
Yes.
मैम मेरे व्हाट्सएप में कोई लिंक नहीं आता मैम. तो
भुलेश्वरी मैम, आपका जो मोबाइल नंबर है ना, जरा हमको चैट बॉक्स में डालिए.
जी मैम.
अभी डालिए. सो मे बी देयर इज सम कंफ्यूजन, वी विल गेट इनटू दैट. ठीक है. Any other questions? Everyone here is there on some or the other WhatsApp group? Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Darshana ma'am.
हाँ जी.
Actually, yesterday I was in group 2, ma'am. The link which I got in my mail, but it removed me in from that group today. I don't know where I have to go.
You will go with your group only. We will certainly add you in there. There is some confusion which the IT team is looking into that with the groups. So we hope to get that thing sorted out before we start with our afternoon session. Okay.
All right, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
So who is next, Sananda or Vani? बोलो.
What I need to say, ma'am?
Yeah, we meet at afternoon session.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine, children. See you at 1:30, and hopefully that all the groups and all the group members are in their respective teams that we have assigned, and we have a fruitful discussion in our afternoon session. Thank you. अच्छे से पेट भर के खाना खा के आना, so that your brains will work properly. हाँ. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Pranam, ma'am.